Hi, everybody. We're going to be doing linear functions, my favorite. And this is section S from IXL Algebra 1. And we're going to do S11. I know you guys hate word problems, but don't worry, it's not that painful. So here it is, S11. I have not previewed this one, so it's all a surprise. So let's see how it looks. I'm excited about this one. Okay, Joseph earns $10 for each hour Joseph earns $10 for each hour of babysitting. Write an equation that shows the relationship between time spent babysitting, X, and the amount earned, Y. First of all, I just want to mention that X is your independent variable, and it's usually determined by time. Y is the dependent variable, and the amount he gets paid depends on how long he works. And of course, Y is equal to the unit rate, the rate at which he's paid, which is $10 each hour, times the number of hours he works, which is 10x. So it's Y equals 10x, of course. Put this one in, maybe we'll get into some more details if it gets more interesting than that. So this time it says, Maggie learns to play 2 new piano pieces during each week. So 2 pieces per week. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the total number of pieces that she's learned. So of course, if she's learning 2 new pieces each week, this is called a rate of change. A lot of people know this as slope. Slope is equal to the change in Y, and the Y values are the number of pieces she's learned. And the change is she learns 2 new pieces for each week that goes by. And so M is equal to 2 over 1. This is pieces per week. Notice that this is a rate of change or a rate. And we always write Y equals mx plus b. It just so happens that the B in this case, it doesn't say that she started with any. It's saying that she's learning 2 new ones each week, and we want to know how many new ones that she's learned. So we're starting with this one to be 0. And of course, this is the 2. So it's Y equals 2x. Sorry, probably too much information there. Okay, John earns $9 an hour. And of course, hopefully you know that by now. This is Y equals 9x. And there's no starting point. So it's just Y equals 9x. This is sometimes we say sometimes that Y varies directly with X. That's another way to say the same thing. Has already taken 2 quizzes. That's his starting point. And that's an important idea. So, and then he expects to have 1 quiz each week. This is the rate of change. This 2 that's already done is what he starts with. So he starts with 2 quizzes. So the number of quizzes is 1 each week, and I guess we're probably going to use X's for weeks, plus the 2 that he had to originally. This is the Y equals mx plus b. B is the starting point, and the M is the slope. Y equals X plus 2. We could just as easily put the 1 in front of the X. It doesn't matter. Okay. Members only speaker series allows people to join for $6 and then pay $1 for every event. So the $6 is the initial fee to join, and then they pay $1. That's the rate for each event attended. So again, we're talking about Y equals mx plus b. You're going to see I'm going to kind of keep that theme going. And X is our, looks like the numbers of events, doesn't it, that they're going to attend. And Y, think about it, what does Y mean? That's the amount of money that they pay. So Y is equal to the rate, which is $1 for each event, plus the $6 to join the club. So Y equals 1x plus 6. $8 membership, that's probably the initial fee, and then $1 per visit. So of course, this is very similar to the last one. This is y equals the rate, which is $1 for each visit, plus the $8. X represents the number of visits, and y represents the amount of money spent total. So y equals x plus 8. Right, Emmy already knows how to sing 6. So that's what she starts with. That's her B, or her starting point. And she expects to learn one new piece for each week of lessons. So it looks like X is our weeks going by. So the number of songs she can sing is going to be the 1 for each week that goes by, plus the 6 that she started with. It usually, most people write it the other way, but it doesn't matter. I just like to write it. I like to be consistent, and most people recognize the form y equals mx plus b. So we could have just as easily started with the 6 and then added 1 each week. And it may have made more sense in relationship to this problem, the way that they wrote it anyway. It doesn't matter, it works either way. Y equals x plus 6 again. Manuel cycles 4 kilometers during each trip to work. Write an equation shows a relationship between the number of trips to work and the total distance. So this again is just a direct variation problem. He's going to do 4 for each trip. X represents the number of trips, and Y represents the number of kilometers that he's motorcycled. So Y equals 4x. Okay, a retirement party costs $1 plus an additional $1 for each guest. So, well, cheap retirement party. Okay, so it's going to be y equals the dollar original is right there, plus the $1 for each guest. So it's 1x plus 1. Oh, already has 7 plants. There's our y-intercept, and he can grow 3 plants for each seed packet. So x is the number of seed packets, isn't it? That's our independent variable because he can decide however many seed packets he wants to use. And we're going to show the relationship between the number of seed packets, which is the x, and the number of plants that he has, y. So y is equal to the slope, or the rate, which is 3 plants that he gets for each seed packet, plus the 7 that he started with. So it's going to be y equals 3x plus 7. I like this section. It's really good. All right, already taken 3 quizzes. There's your y-intercept. And he expects to take 2 quizzes during each week. That's his rate. So we've got y equals, here's the rate, that's the m. All right, mx plus b, why not? And b is the number that he starts with. So y is equal to 2x plus 3, of course. And y is going to represent the number of quizzes that he's finished. Uh, 2 kilometers for each trip to school. It's just y equals 2x. Pretty simple. Y is the total distance walked. 2 is the rate at which he's walking, isn't it? Well, it's the rate of the number of kilometers per trip. Anyway, y equals 2x. That one was pretty obvious. Let's see if we can get a tough one here. Already owns 3 necklaces. We know what that means. That's what we start with. And they are priced at 2 for $1. Wow. Man, I like those necklaces. That's my price. All right, y is equal to the rate at which they charge for the necklaces. X is the number of necklaces, plus the 3 she started with. So y equals 2x plus 3. Janelle already has 2 flowers in her garden. There's her y-intercept or her starting point. And she can grow 4 with every seed packet. So there's her rate. So y is equal to the 4x plus 2, of course. X is going to represent the seed packets. 4 is the rate at which she gets plants out of them. 2 is what she started with. And we're good to go. Y equals 4x plus 2. Emmett already knows how to sing 7. That's his y-intercept. He's going to learn 2 during each week of practice. So y is equal to 2x plus 7. Put her in. Estelle, jars, puts jars 9 liters of jam every day. She puts away 9 liters every day. Write an equation that represents the days. So obviously X is the days and the number of jars is Y. So Y is equal to 9X in this case. 9 is the rate at which the jars are being completed, or the jam is being put into jars. Okay, we have 18 cakes already, and he can bake 3 cakes with each additional stick of butter. Wow. So that means that he is going to be able to make the 3 that he has originally, the 18, sorry. Let me write it this way. mx plus b. Here's the rate. That's the 3. And there's the b, the 18. Again, you could have written it the other way. It doesn't matter. Already owns 3 hair bands, and they're 4 for $1. And we want to know how many hair bands can she get with a certain number of dollars. And y is equal to the rate for x plus the 3 original ones. 25 cents a piece, 4 for $1. Laura already owns 1 necklace, and the additional ones are priced 2 for $1. So we have y is equal to 2x. That's 2 for each dollar plus the 1 original. And looks like we're getting there. Okay. Oh, this one has some decimals in it. Since starting a new recycling plan, Colette's office recycles 4.1 kilograms of paper each week. Write an equation. Well, this is just a slope. There's none to start with, so it's y equals 4.1x. So each week they're collecting 4.1 kilograms. Oh, there we go. 0.1x. Looks good. What? What happened? Oh, wait. Oh, I must have put the times in there by accident. I guess I put a dot instead of a point. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Well, we'll do it quickly anyway. Okay, 6 centimeters long after his last haircut. That's what his starting point is the 6, and it grows 5 centimeters every year. Wow, it's kind of slow. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the years and the length, hair length y. That's going to be equals. This is the rate for each year. Kind of confusing because the number of years is x, isn't it? It seems reasonable that it would be y, and L would be the length of the hair, but oh well, plus 6. See if I can actually get one right. There we go. And 22 kilograms before starting. and she's going to do 7 each week. So it's going to be y is equal to 7. This is our slope plus the original 22. And I'm going to try to move along here and get done. So Matt already knew 30 appetizer recipes. And he's going to learn 2 new ones during each week of school. So he has y is equal to 2 each week of school plus the 30 original. A person can pay $10.50 for a membership, and then there's $2.50 for each visit. So y is equal to $2.50 per visit is our slope plus the 10.3. Now, of course, we usually put the 0 in. It's probably not going to count it wrong, even if we include the extra 0, because it is money. So let's write it in the right way. Y equals 2.50x plus the 10.30 original fee. Let me make sure I got them right this time. Yeah, it's okay. They're really making me work for this. Derek owns 24. He can buy additionals at 48. Oh, that's kind of silly. Okay. He's basically paying, he's basically getting 1 full novel for every $1 that he spends, but it's very, for every $2. It's very confusing the way that they wrote it, but it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, y equals, this is supposed to be the rate, 0.48 x plus 24. X is supposed to be the number of dollars that he spends. So if he spent $100, he would get 48 novels. That's what that 48 over 100 means. He spends $48 because 0.48 says 48 hundredths. And this is 48 novels for $100. It's, and they do not cost 48 cents a piece. It's not a very easy one to interpret. Anyway, looks like that's what they're looking for though. It's okay. All right, already has 5.2 kilograms of dough, and she's preparing 9.01 every hour. So it's going to be y is equal to the 9.01 times the number of hours plus the original 5.2 that she has left over. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. There's that darn thing that I was mistaken for a decimal. It's already taken 10 and can do 2 each week. So it's y equals 2x plus 10. Already has 9, 5 with each additional stick of butter. That's going to be my rate. So it's y equals 5x plus 9. Looks good. And we're finally getting there. Okay, so there's the membership, and you pay $1.81 per visit. They want to put in some funky looking numbers there. Y is equal to $1.81 for each visit. So this is the number of visits that you went to the History Museum, plus the $23.73. So we have y equals $1. Oh, I put in that weird decimal again. 0.81 is the cost for each visit plus the $23.73 for the initial cost, and looks good. We're getting there. Okay, so it's 1320, and then pay 369 for each event. So it's y equals, I'm going to write it in, y equals 369 times the number of events you attend plus the initial fee of 1320. Looks good. And looks like we have maybe two more. They're really making me work for it. All right, team building event costs 1307 plus an additional 1371 for each attendee. So y is 1371 for the number of attendees. This is, of course, the number of attendees, x, plus the 1307 is the initial cost. It would probably actually be more like, you know, $1,300 more than $13, but there you have it. The real world kind of gets in the way of the math sometimes. Make sure I have it in the right order. Yep, that's the slope. That's the y-intercept. Looks like we got it good. And we have one last one, and then we're done. Camille has already run 14.7 miles on her own, and she's going to run 4 miles for each track practice. So if we talk about the number of practices, x, we're going to multiply it by 4 to get the number of miles. She's already run 14.7 throughout whatever time period they're talking about. And there's your y. Y equals 4x plus 14.7. And I hope you guys will do them all, go all the way to mastery. You should get really good at recognizing initial conditions and the rate of change. So hope you all have as good a time doing this as I did. Hopefully you won't make a mistake with that funky looking decimal thing. Bye-bye, guys. Have a good day.